Straight skills.
Yeah, it's on it. I go the whole nine and don't hold back. Only phonies flex with a Kodak. When it's old time, I get more back. So I yellow bone, put it, give me Bodak. Yeah, she like all of my rhymes, she let me know. She want all of my time and she let me know. But I don't wanna lie, so I let them know. Baby girl, that won't fly, no, you know. Yeah, know you want me for the wrong things. Probably cause you see a go top ting. And probably cause your man be a flop ting. Probably make you wanna have my offspring. Don't clock in, I'm big bossing. Who's knocking? Them big face Franklins. Big rich, smart moves, big profit. Way too many mushrooms all night in it, yeah. I like it, you love it, yeah. So we gon' go the whole night.
Here we go. Welcome to another episode of the Back of the Class podcast. I'm joined today by Lou.
Sup.
No ads today. But we have our special guest in today. One of the boys.
Yeah.
You guys might know him as Drew's Drills. We know him as Ladies Man 192115.
Drew's the naughty boy.
Drew Pritchard. What's up? How are you, bro?
Kudos.
Welcome, Docs. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. What was?
Thanks for coming on, bro. Obviously, we hit you up early on
Yep.
to try to get you on, and now the timing's right.
He's a busy man, bro.
He is, bro.
Let's go.
He's out there stretching people up, in and out.
First of all, bro, how are you?
Man, I'm happy, man.
Happy?
Content. Yeah, man. Happiest I've ever been, bro.
Me.
So, thanks for asking. How are you?
Good, bro.
Yeah.
Gonna be better.
Let's go. Lou, how are you?
Oh, mate, I'm just glad to be alive, bro. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hard. If you can you just, well, I just gave a little introduction, but if you can introduce yourself, how you see yourself, and you'll give a bit of background about your upbringing and.
Yeah, my upbringing, being a family of 8, plus mum and dad, they'll be 10. So being the third youngest, the 4 boys, 4 girls, obviously a big family. Grew up in Claymore, Campbelltown, born at Campbelltown Hospital. Moved out to Liverpool. And yeah, done all my schooling out there. Obviously sporting family. Sisters played netball. The bros, Frankie and Case made it to the top grade. And me and Tommy didn't.
Oh, we're going there already, are we?
Too soon? Yeah. Found my passion, joined my local gym. Spoke to the owner. She said she loved the energy and whatnot. I was doing warehousing at the time. Signed up to TAFE, became I fell in love with the process, just came natural to me. Helping people and G'ing people up in the gym. Let's fucking go. It came natural, and then 5 years into it, personal trainer now. So, running my business, focus on athletes, general pop as well. Like I was saying to you guys earlier, it doesn't even feel like work. It's when you love what you do, you don't call it work.
That's hard. That's like so true. Is that? Do you feel that way still, Lou? With
What's that?
Cutting hair?
Bro, honestly, yeah, I do. I have my days, like, fucking, there's some days there, like, when work feels like work, like, but But at the end of the day, Docs, I'm so glad that I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking do love it. I do love it. But man, like, it just comes down to ill preparation, I reckon, on my part. Like, no sleep, not fucking eating, type of shit. You know what I mean? That's why I feel sometimes I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I feel
I like I can relate to that. Like just a couple of weeks, like I felt burnt out.
Yeah.
Like man, I was going back to back. I'll finish 9 o'clock. I'll get home, bed 9:30. I have to be at the gym at 5. And then I was like, some clients, don't get me wrong, some clients will fucking piss me off.
Yo.
But
they do, Docs.
Yeah, as they do.
Yo.
Make their day a little bit longer, but grateful. And there was better days. So just came down to what you said, sleep, what you're eating, whatnot, and just recovery.
Yeah.
It's good to take a step back, schedule yourself a day off. But I love it.
It all becomes like a bit part and parcel with the gig.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just it, eh? It's just a part of the gig, bro. Like,
Tell us, going back to you saying your brothers played first grade. You played footy growing up.
Yep.
Did you ever feel like there was a pressure that you needed to?
Yeah, always like you know, he was my idol. You know, we always, you know, being a sporty family, you know, having the older bro make it at such an early age, it was always our, you know, always our path to follow. There was no other way, you know, or in our eyes, in my eyes. So when he made it, you know, I was saying to myself, oh, yo, that's easy. It's gonna be easy for me, you know. If the older bro can make it, it's gonna be easy for me, you know. Which, you know, it wasn't. So the path was there, but obviously, you know, stuff happens in life and whatnot. Coming up through the grades at Penrith, and a lot of stuff happens. You know, I had my son when I was playing under 20s. You know, I started 20s being the captain pre-season, and then during halfway season, dropped to the bench, and then captaincy gone away, and then obviously off-field stuff, whatnot, party life. You know, being under 20s, I felt like I already made it. You know, it just went straight to my head. So I was grateful though for everything that happened. But yeah,
I noticed that, like, when we moved here, you know, we knew a few of the boys that were playing 20s, and it was already like life was, you know, hectic for them. You know what I mean? Like, I can see how so many like, you know, young kids, they get. It's not so much the money, but it's like the bright lights of everything, right?
Yeah.
Like the things not that you're having to pay for, but the things that sort of come free. You know, you almost get like this. Or I'm just saying, like, from the outside looking in, they almost get what's the word, like, entitled. You know, they
like,
feel like a bit
privileged.
Yeah, privileged. You know, like it's
Well, back then in 2010, it was called Toyota Cup, and that's when they started. They started Foxtelling the game, televising, and, you know, having that, you know, label and whatnot, being under 20s.
Yeah, that was a massive thing, eh?
Yeah, massive back
It was
then.
like junior NRL. Like, if you
so
made
you had
it,
you
you're
had
going to the top.
Yeah,
and you had the actual name of the club
yeah,
on your back. You know what I mean? So before, what was just like Ron Massey or
whatnot.
or New South Wales Cup.
yeah.
But when they brought out 20s, and the 20s was actually like Parramatta Eels under
Yeah.
20s. So you're like, you know, you're walking around in Eels gears or Penny gears. You know,
Yeah.
how did you deal with, you know, like, if you said you always wanted to play, you know, you had
there was
two
always
brothers.
that, you know, there was always that pressure, you know. Oh, like, fuck, what happens if I don't make it? You know, we all had our own jobs back then. You know, I think I was unloading containers there. Catch a train, Granville to Penrith, walk to Penrith Stadium. I was fucked, but, you know, being that age, you know, it was a grind. It was a grind. But yeah, just coming into terms of, you know, of what am I playing for? You know, am I just playing just for the boys, or I'm playing to make it? Where there was a time where I was just playing for the boys and just for the fucking Mad Mondays.
Yeah.
You know?
And for the parties after, bro. Like,
Yeah, 100. And then, yeah, just coming to the terms of, fuck, what am I going to do now? And the footy's done. I just had my son. You know, I just ended my relationship. And then that's when just, like, partying just took over. I was just working, partying, and then it wasn't about footy anymore. So that's when I just went on my journey of just a rampage. Rampage Jackson. But, yeah.
Rampage he did.
Yo, talk to us about your rampage. Like,
just being a boy. Even though I had my son, you know, I thought I would have been the man. You know what I mean? But, you know, any boy can have, you know, that saying, any boy can have a kid, and, you know, it takes a real man to be a father. You know, I only think I'm starting to be a father now at 33. You know what I mean? I thought being the man was being the last person standing on a bender, or being the man was, you know, shouting all the boys at the bar, or getting the most girls, chasing the most girls, getting the hottest girl. I think right now being the man is fucking paying my own fucking rent, you know? Yeah. It's you know, it like hits different when you start to live, like I live by myself now, pay my own rent, you know, give my kids money, whatnot. And then just investing in myself. Yeah. You know, rather than, I look back now, I'm like, fuck. Wasted all those fucking years, man, doing dumb shit. But, you know, if all those experiences didn't happen, man, like, I wouldn't be here now talking about this. So,
Bro, do you know sometimes, man, like, you go through shit, like, and you always have the older people tell you that. Fucking, you know, like, save your money and think about the future and this, that. It's like in school.
Yeah.
You know, everybody tells every kid. Like, I used to tell every kid that used to come into the shop, like, oi, dickhead, listen in school, stay in school, it's going to be the best years of your life. But when you're a kid, I used to hear that shit when I was a kid. Right. And I was like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, you don't know what I'm going through, blah, 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 blah. And then you go older and then you find out. It's kind of like the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, in hindsight, like, you know, when you think about stuff like now, you're just like, damn, I wish I could tell the younger self.
Oh, man.
You know, like, you know, what I should have done in that. We probably still wouldn't have listened, but
one thing I should have listened to my fucking mum. Like, gee, like the moment when I bought where was I? I was playing 20s, met a girl, I brought her home. Our mum already knew, oh, you got a girlfriend. And when I was playing 20s, and you got a girlfriend. And they go, yeah. And then started getting serious, and then brought her over, met mum and dad. And then when she left, mum goes, yeah. Nah, she goes, she already knew. She goes, all right, son, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. She's going to become pregnant. You're going to move out. You're going to be a father at 2021. Like 10 months later, yeah, that's what happened. Wow, it's crazy. And then still to this day, I'll go, Mum, you were right. She goes, I told you.
Hey, mama knows, bro.
Mama knows.
Mama knows.
Crazy, G.
Mama fuck you up too.
Yeah, but she still fucks me up, man. Yeah. But crazy.
Bro, I had a question.
Yeah.
Do you know that whole 20s thing, right? Do you know when you kind of become like hood famous? It's kind of like you're known, you go around and people know. Like, is that a hard thing to kind of like push back down, or like does it consume you? Do you know what I mean? Like you start going out places, like, you know, people know, oh, this is the Penrith boys. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was probably a bit harder for me because I had a lot of extra pressure because
of
I was
Frankie
Frank's brother.
Yeah,
I was Frankie's brother.
Yeah.
You know, so my junior club's Cabramatta. I made the Parramatta Harold Mats, but Frankie was already at Penrith.
Yeah.
And Mum's like, and I made the Para Harold Mats. So I was meant to come up the junior system there. Mum goes, yeah, you go Penrith. So then I had to go Penrith. I didn't know anyone, and I already had that burden, like that weight on me, like, oh, that's Frankie's brother.
Yeah.
Must be a weapon, you know? It's like, oh, fuck. Here we go. I actually wasn't a weapon. Swear to God. Harold Mats, SG Ball. Bruh, I swear that, like, I'll be honest, I reckon that the name, looking back now, the bro helped me. It carried me. So having that pressure, coming up through the grades, yeah, man. Like, I thought I was the man.
Yeah.
You know, going out, like, everyone knew, oh, Frankie's brother, you played for Penrith, I've seen you play on Foxtel. So, yeah, you always had that weight, but then when you're not performing, everyone's off you.
Yeah, hard, eh? All of a sudden, it's like, are you sure that's Frankie's brother?
You know when you know? You know when you know? When Dad comes home from work, he goes, all the boys talk about you play shit.
Thanks, Dad.
Dad.
I really needed that.
Dad, thanks.
Far out.
Hey, that's when you go to the room and close the door.
Gee, that was me on the weekly, eh?
Gee, go home, start yelling in the pillow.
Fucking hate you.
Oh, man.
And then they ask, are you funny?
Oh, no, but yeah, grateful for everything that happened. That was a footy journey. Yeah, if there was one time that I could point out, like going like a bit of a story. So when I was captain in the 20s, there was one game, they call it the Battle of the West, where Penrith versus Para.
Yeah.
Anyways, Matty Elliott comes in before, so we played before first grade, and Matty Elliott at the coach at the time for first grade, he goes, all right, whoever plays the best three performers will play the first grade trial. Anyways, the first half came all right. I put on a good hit. I scored a try. Then my trainer called me off and goes, off. I go, what do you mean off? She goes, oh, because you're going to, not debut, you're going to trial with your brother in the next game. It was a trial game.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, all right, fuck, hectic. So I was playing with my brother the next trial. I played about a good 20 minutes. And I was versing like Fui Moy running at me, Luke Burt,
Pika Powers.
Haynes. Yeah, back in 2011.
Yeah, so
2011.
Yeah. They just went to the grand final, yeah?
Yeah, that was coming out of the Hayne era.
Yeah.
And yeah, played that game, and then after that trial, I remember walking back to my car, And then my brother see me after and he goes, oi, like, congrats. But make sure you go straight home. Do you reckon I went home?
No.
Fuck, I went collectors that night, G. Fuck.
Pull out all the bottles.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Put
when
on
it
my-
went to my head. And then it was all downhill from there. No one heard of Drew Pritchard again. Yeah.
Was it easy to get caught up in that?
Oh,
That's what I want to know. Was it easy?
yeah.
Like it's just sitting right there, you
I
know? Girls everywhere.
Right.
And especially, like, did you treat it like your debut? Like your NRL debut?
Yeah, like I really thought then after that night, I thought,
You were a shoo-in?
fuck, I was the man, G.
Yo, you
I was
can't
the
tell
man.
me shit.
Bah, that night I walked straight to the front of the line of collectors.
Hey.
And did you walk straight to the back?
Straight to the front, back of the class, G.
Walk straight to the front. Do you know my brother?
But yeah, man. Yeah, it was so easy for it to. It was right there. Like the opportunity was right there. You know, just choices come down to those choices where, you know, there were some players. You know, looking back now, the players that, you know, played good and went home and didn't get fucked up or went to recovery the next day are the ones that I'm watching now on TV. You know, and the ones that, you know, came and partied with me, we're saying, fuck, I played with that guy.
Fucking those on too. Fuck,
I
I used
know
to
that
fold
guy.
that cunt.
It's so true, because, you know, like, when you're playing with someone and you're like, oh, I was better than that guy.
Hey.
But, you know, they're the ones who, like,
Yeah.
stick at it and
Yeah.
do, like, those 1%ers.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
know?
You know, it wasn't always like looking at him, watching him play. I go, man, fuck, that cunt wasn't even talented. But then looking back, it was his fucking hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's always that hard work thing that
Hard
comes
work,
in.
bro. Beats it, bro. Every time, man.
100%.
Talk to us about life.
Life, man. Fuck, I'm happy, eh? I'm happy now, man. I'm 33. I'm 33 in a month. Next month, August 28th. Don't forget it. Make sure. Make
So
sure.
it's, yeah, well,
33.
from today, today's the 29th.
Yeah,
when we're
29th.
recording this.
Virgo. FYI. Virgo. Star signs.
This guy trying to put an ad out. Fuck, what the fuck?
Hey.
So
Let me know.
check your compatibility
Tells you
with
you're,
Virgo.
Swipe right.
Oh, is it a full, man? But yeah, man, I'm just happy and content with my life now, man. Had my last 2 vodka cruises New Year's Eve, 2022, and then once those bottles went down, man, I said I want to start New Year's Day, the 1st of Jan, fucking fresh as a daisy and go for a run. I haven't picked up a bottle since.
Wow.
It's been the best thing for me, man. I've been off the gambles, been off the machines a bit earlier, September. So after my birthday last year, went on a mad bender, done all my ass, and I just found out like I had nothing. So September I had to just stop the machines, and then dropped everything. Once I dropped alcohol, the drugs stopped, and then the gambling, everything else became good. So once I dropped out all the negatives, my life started becoming more positive, which is maybe more happy now, man.
That's crazy, bro. Congrats, man.
Yeah, hard congrats,
That's-
because, you know,
That ain't a fucking small thing,
very
bro.
hard.
I know.
Like-
It's
We got one, like Lou
Yeah.
told his story about,
Yeah.
you know, about his addiction
yeah,
with drugs and
Yeah.
alcohol as well.
yeah,
You know, like it's not a small thing, especially when you're on the outside looking
Yeah.
in and you want to try so hard to help,
yeah,
you know, but you can't.
yeah.
And the only one that can help you like sort of stop it is
us.
yourself. I mean, like, you know, the people around can. do
Don't
as
get
much
me
as
wrong,
they
man.
can.
I tried so many times on my own. I said, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna go sober, just cold turkey."
Yeah.
Something came up. Oh, one won't hurt, and it just like I went for 1 month, 3 months, but I don't know. It was just something different about, you know, like I made it like a little New Year's reso. Like I made it into small goals. Like I know it's only like we're only August now, you know. I made it like 1 month. I planned it. Like I'll go, all right, sober. You know, it wasn't easy. And then I scheduled my brother's birthday and fuck, that's gonna be big. Everyone's gonna judge me. You know? But I was man enough to just say, nah, man, I'm good.
Yo.
You know what I mean? At first, family, friends might be a little bit, you know, because you're not drinking with them.
And they know you,
Yeah.
like, you know, what you were.
And I'm the fucking party guy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
bruh,
Yeah.
oh, I'm the loud one. Like, oh, I'm okay sober, but imagine me on the piss.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
Naughty.
Sun's coming up.
No, but that's, bro, you know, honestly, that's hectic because, bro, it's like you said, man. I remember there was a time when when I told about my thing, like, I hadn't slept in my bed on a Friday night in like months, do you know what I mean? And I was just trying to get over that one weekend. And it's just like you saying, you know, man, you saying this, what are we in end of July right now? Yeah. Like, you know, like, oh, it's only the end, it's only August now. Yeah. But bro, it was 1 week. Yeah. 1 day at a time, bro. You know what I mean? One weekend that you had to fend off people hitting you up. Bro. So like, bro, that's like, that just like, shout out, that's awesome, bro. Like for you, I reckon that's amazing, man. People don't really see that. Yeah. That like, you know, don't really you know, with their addictions and shit, like, you know, but it's massive, bro. It's not something, not anything small.
And it's something that, like, you know, looking back now, you know, when I realized I needed change, like, you know, I was like in a dark room and whatnot, man. I was broke. I was living with my roomie. I owed him rent. You know what I mean? I'm like thinking, fuck, how am I going to pay him, whatnot? I was coming down. And I was just like, fuck. And then I did think about it, like I feel like fucking just ending myself, eh? Like I was like, fuck, man, like all this pain, all this head noise is coming to me, whatnot. My baby mom is asking me for money. I need fix up my roomie for rent. I didn't have a car. I was catching Ubers and that to work. And I was just like, fuck it, bro. I'll just end this shit now. You know what I mean? Went onto the top of my building and fuck. Like I actually just wanted to jump off, eh? Seriously. It wasn't that time. There's another times where, you know, that feeling you just done your ass. You're driving and you just fucking have those deep thoughts like, fuck, what if I just driving on the M4? What if I just crash into this wall or just drive off right now? Just drive the car off the bridge. Just thoughts like that, dumb fucking thoughts like that. That's when you're real deep. That's when I needed help. So talking about help, I actually spoke to someone. I actually sought out help and started speaking to a counsellor, which has probably been the best thing for me. Like, it's not for everyone, you know, like people, you know, deal with situations, you know, more different than others. Like for me, that helped massively. Yeah. You know, I never thought talking to a stranger that didn't know me from a bar of soap and for me to get real deep and whatnot, man, just for him to keep me accountable, to check in, bro, is a, you know, probably saved my life.
Saved your life, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. That's mad.
Yeah.
That's actually like, you know, good to hear because so many people go, you know, without saying, you know, and like obviously we've lost someone like, you know, who was a brother to us, and I just wonder, you know, if they just picked up the phone and said something, you know, and obviously like because it's just such a new concept still, you know, like the whole thing of depression and like mental health. You know, like in the 90s, you know, no one knew, even like, you know, early 2000s, probably only really like the last 10, 13 years, you know, it's been a real conversation around it. Yeah. And, you know, you don't know until, you know, it's close to home.
100%, man. 100%.
And then, like, obviously, do you think you're depressed or in depression? Because the way I've been told is, like, you know, we all get depressed. Like, oh, shit, the Warriors lost on the weekend. Or, like...
Fucking Wards.
Yeah, you know, or, like... You know, like,
fucking Sean Johnson, he's the man. Fuck. Hey, he's my cousin one week. Hey, they're off him the next.
You know, or depression, you know, like, it's just like a feeling that just lingers, you know what I mean? Like, external factors and internal stuff, you know. That
I definitely, like, being in that black hole, man, like, definitely lingered around. You know what I mean? You have to go somewhere else.
That was actually the bat sign, so we'll quickly...
Hold that thought.
Yeah, just hold that thought. Sorry, carry on.
It definitely, I reckon I was deeply impressed. I was so unhappy with myself. You know, fuck, I just wanted to end it like that because there was so much pain going on inside my head. I just wanted to end. fuck, nothing worse than owing someone money. Hey.
Especially when it's someone close.
Oh, fuck.
And you guys got
Owing
the
money,
same circle.
bills, same circle.
And they know everything you do to
Everything you do. And here I am preaching to my clients to, you know, do this and do that. And I'm fucking going on benders and shit.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a biggest hypocrite and I knew I needed to change. So, yeah, definitely. You know, one thing, you know, going back to chatting to my counselor, he said, fuck, do you ever get like I told him, he wanted to know everything. Once I went and see my counselor, like he went from the start. Like I thought I would go straight into my problems and my triggers and that. But he wanted to know where mum and dad were born, where I was born. Was I touched when I was little? You know, he wanted to know everything. I didn't really look into trauma until I started talking to him. I believe everyone has a bit of trauma when, you know, in their upbringing. You know, a bit about my trauma. I know growing up, I always knew there was something different. I'm one of 8. Found out, mum told me at the age of 12, I would have been year 6, going into high school, that I was adopted. So I always knew when I growing up, I always looked different. My last name was different. And then, yeah, mum told me at the age when I was year 6, but I already knew.
Yeah.
I was already old enough, whatnot. So I always knew something was different there. So, yeah, that played a big part. You know, me being kid, whatnot. Got bullied at school. You know, that's not your brother. How are you your brother? You haven't even got the same last name. You know, you look different, this and that. So, you know, the trauma was already there. Having a big family, he goes, and then we went into detail with my triggers and whatnot. Told him about my drinking and whatnot. He goes, do you know what FOMO is? I go, what do you mean? I go, like fear of missing out. I go, yeah. And then he talk about culture. So having a big family, that's a team. Going into sport, footy, that's like a team. Work. So I've always been surrounded in teams and I've always wanted to be the man, you know?
Yeah.
So I've never really been on my own. And he goes, you have a fear of missing out on stuff, you know? So that kind of resembled a lot with me. And like, fuck, looking back, I'm like, fuck. Like I really, like if the boys message me, like I'll have FOMO. You know? If the boys are doing something, I'll always have to do something with them.
Yeah.
If the family are doing something, I always have to do something with them. So living on my own now, it's kind of, you know, like look back and like saying like, fuck, I actually enjoy being alone now. Like doing my own shit.
It's one of those lessons like you really have to learn being comfortable by yourself, like in your own, when no one else is there.
You know, I always say like when like some clients are like to me, oh, how do you just go see a sunrise by yourself? Who'd you go with? I go, I just went by myself. Like all my life I've been doing stuff with boys or, you know, partners or whatnot. Like I'm just happy. You know, there's being alone and then there's being lonely. You know, if you're lonely, you need someone. Well, I'm happy just being me now. You know what I mean?
Bar.
Yeah.
Dime. Off the dome.
Dropping gems. Yeah.
So how did you get into personal training?
Personal training, man. Man, it's always in our nature, man. Being PI, polys, bro, we always the larrikins. I see your guys' videos, man. You guys are fucked. Bro, and people get attracted to that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, you can imagine all of us in a gym. Like, you know, like, let's go, bar. Like, you know, lift heavier weights, your dog.
Yeah.
People love that shit.
Pussy.
You know?
That's me.
I know. Get up, Karen, you fuck.
One of my mates, he's a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So the way he explained it to me was like, you're almost there. You tell me if this is right or wrong. Like to stroke people's ego. Is that how accurate or not?
I think for me, I feel like in my job, being a personal trainer, I'm gonna be their best fucking 45 or 1 hour of their day. You know what I mean? Like we talk about, like it's big on mental health. Like they could be having the worst day, but they're looking forward to your 45 minutes with them.
Yeah.
You know, that shit can change the whole. You know, for me, if it wasn't like I say, my counselor like helped me, saved my life. But for me, I think fitness saved my life too. There was times where I trained at 4 a.m. by myself. You know what I mean? I'll go to the gym on no sleep, but just go to the gym because it fucking released some fucking energy. After my run, like I run a lot. Like I only run because fuck.
A lot is just downplaying, eh?
Yeah.
Like the only reason, like people say, man, you're running that. Like I only run because like there's shit going on in here. That's the way I handle shit. I'd rather, run at 4 a.m. Or than be coming home from a bender. Every time I run, I think about that.
Yeah.
Like I love running in the morning because I think about how far I've come.
Yeah.
Like fuck, I wouldn't be doing this 10 years. I'll be doing something else. But yeah, if it wasn't for fitness, man, fitness saved my life. And I try and preach that to all my clients, whether to train in the morning, whether to train at night, but just as long as you get your 30, 45 minutes in, it's the best thing for you.
And everyone's been there that time, like, where you just drag yourself to the gym, whether you, like, you know you don't want to be there, and you just drag yourself there and you get through the workout and you find that those ones are like the best. Because it just... What it does to like your mood, like
it does. It changes shit up, man.
Bro, honestly, I reckon that's the best part of it. Like I guess the weight loss or the gains is all add-ons to how you mentally walk. You know what I mean? Walk out of there, bro. I reckon.
How do you feel after doing 500 burpees? Under a minute.
Spew. Nah, I love it, man. I love that shit. I like when you like I talk to people like, oh no, you can do that shit. Okay, bro, trust me. Like losing weight or gaining whatever, all of that type of stuff. Like the exterior stuff is like the bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100.
For me, bro, the way I feel when I walk out of that place, bro, you hate it at the time, but fucking as soon as it's done, bro, that's the best. Yeah. That's why I go there for. Yeah,
you get that like sense of accomplishment, like you've done something for the day.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not said enough. Like you said something interesting because you said like it's about mental health as a personal trainer. Yeah, and that's a different lens, eh? Because like 100%. When you think of personal training, you just think of someone screaming in your ear for 45 minutes to an hour. But if you take now that you're saying that you take a different approach to it, it's interesting.
Well, there's one thing I always like if someone hits me up for PT and whatnot, like first things first, like I don't want to bring them in straight away and scare them and fucking, all right, I'm going to time you how many burpees you're going to do in a minute. Like I'd want to know them first, like what is actually the reason why you want PT?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
There's like, I think I'm going through some bad shit. There's other people who are going through some worse shit. You know what I mean? So it's important for me when I do run a consult, I'd like sit down to them and ask them how they really are. You know what I mean? And yeah, like it's not only for my job, not only for them to like be physically fit, but mentally fit too. I believe if you're not mentally fit, you can't be physically fit. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's something that I enjoy, man. I love.
You got to match with your client and like
resonate.
Like
common grounds.
Yeah. It's not just everyone can be painted with the same brush, you know what I mean?
100. And once I started talking mental health on my socials, bro, you should have seen my DMs. Like how many people resonated. Man, you're so strong for coming out. I didn't know, Yeah. Like coaches and people, like we're human beings as well. You know what I mean? Had a few people reach out. I've got a couple of clients just want to come out and just have a chat. Like old client being 16, Polynesian, he wanted to, no names or if, but he just wanted to know how I came out of it, the black hole. You know what I mean? Everyone calls it, how do you fight the black dog? Just coming out of it. And for me to share my story, people resonate with that.
So much
because it's real shit.
It's real shit.
It's real shit. Not all this fucking Instagram bullshit.
There was one guy who came out like. He asked me, he wanted to have a chat and whatnot. He was actually like scared to tell his parents. He was Polynesian. He was scared to come out of the closet to his parents. And he wanted to chat to me about it. So we met up for coffee and whatnot. And I was just, for me, it's not about coming in and like charging them, man. It's like, if I can make an impact on someone, I've done my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's like, there's some PTs out there who will fucking charge for that shit. Like, I don't do that for, I don't do it for money. I do it. If I die tomorrow, how would I be remembered?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What the fuck? That's dope. That's fucking dope.
Rather than being successful.
Being sex.
No, you know, everyone, you know how everyone wants to be successful. Well, like, what's everyone's meaning of being successful in life? Like, for me, that's what it is. If something happens to me tomorrow, if I die tomorrow, how would Drew be remembered? I want to be remembered like, Drew's a sick cunt, bro. He helped me through life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What you did on this earth, you know, like
Yeah.
the difference you made.
Yeah. So if if one person sends me a message just saying thanks for that, man, helps me sleep at night. Yeah, so.
That's mad. Talk to us about your training with the kids. So,
Bro, I love it, man.
So I saw you got like your footy teams and that come through the gym.
Yeah.
And then I saw you had the workshop.
Yeah.
With the FTA boys.
Yeah, that was good, man. Shout out to FTA boys for inviting me, man.
Those boys.
Yes, sir.
Man, they're good, doing good things out there. Obviously, played for Penrith, played with Chrissy, a few of the boys out there, and they invited me to jump on and be a mentor, coach for the young kids. Man, there was none of this. There was none of us. There was none of this when we were coming up. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids need mentoring, you know, other than their parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's stuff that we'll say that their parents won't tell them that they need to hear.
Yeah.
Because the mentoring now is like social media, right?
Yeah.
And what's popping on social media, that's what the kids are going to copy, you know? It's like...
Yeah, 100%. And even for me coming out on like talking about mental health on socials, like, you know, some of the boys want to train with me because of that, because they can relate, you know, and I see a lot of myself in some of these boys, you know, becoming 20s, getting a girlfriend, you know, I went through that shit.
Yeah.
Don't want to train, you know, not believing in yourself, you know, and I just want to, you know, it's like I just want to be someone that I wasn't when I was that age. You know what I mean?
And also, like, then you all understand why you're all there.
Yeah.
You know, and then the room is, like, you know, all on the same page, and you all realize, you know, this is your guys maybe 45 minutes to an hour, you know, just to let whatever else, like, you need to get out, you know, whatever you're going to get from the training.
Yeah. Actually, and for me, it's not even about the 45 or 1 hour training. It's about, you know, I want to make the quietest kid that doesn't talk. I want him to be the loudest. You know, I want everyone to go around and give everyone a motherfucking high five. You know, I want all my boys, all my kids to say hello to everyone in the gym. You know, I want our people, like, especially our people, man. Our people are like Polynesians are quiet, man. Some of them, there's some shy ones out there, man. I think the most powerful thing we can use is our mouths.
But do you know what? You find that, like, what's it called, in big groups, real loud.
Yeah.
But one-on-one, real quiet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's very hard to stand on their own by themselves.
Yeah.
You catch them, you'll see a different person than when they're in big crowds.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we kind of hide in a big crowd. Do you know what I mean?
Like you're saying, like, yeah, being someone different, like in front of a crowd. But when it's more one-on-one, it becomes more like they are a bit too scared to talk. You know, and that's why I don't mind one-on-ones, because you can really go down and know them on a personal level. You know what I mean? I love it.
That's mad, bro. That's so good.
So what are you doing with the kids that you're training? You had the preseason thing, I remember seeing that in off-season, so...
Yeah, so obviously pre-season's coming up, season's about to end, so I run pre-season like before they go off-season, and then all the kids and boys that I've been training currently, they just do some in-season, just to keep them moving. Obviously just give them stuff that they're not getting at their normal club training. So, yeah.
And it's one of those things that it's important to keep passing it down to the kids.
Yeah.
And it just, keeps them out of trouble. You know, they got somewhere to go.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like I train a couple of the NRLW girls. That's been pretty cool, man, to work with those athletes, man. You know, just to get to know them on a personal level too. Like for them to be professional athletes, you know, full-time schedule. And, you know, taking in mind, like, the girls don't get paid same as the boys, so they have full-time jobs as well. So, especially with their mental health too, on top of that, you know, especially being females, I do take extra time just to check in with them and whatnot. How's the schedule? You know, if you can make training, try not to overload, you know, what you're doing. So, Yeah, I'm grateful for that connection too. Like for me, like I'm not about with training, personal training. Like I don't want to look for the best athletes or build, the best athletes. I just want to make them better humans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being a better human, you be a better athlete will make you look good out there. You know what I mean? So if I can make an impact, no matter how big or small, in that part of their, their game, I'll be happy man.
It's like a domino effect there.
Yeah.
Like you get everything in order, and
Yeah.
once one thing falls, it's all just clicking.
Yeah, 100%, man.
What's next for you?
What's next? I think the dream is always to have my own, man. Everyone wants to own their own barbershop, their own gym, their own studio, whatnot. It's not hard, man. Is it easy running your own shop? Would you say?
Like, yeah, nay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess a lot of it just comes down to yourself, bro. The biggest thing is in your head.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Getting through that. But like, you know what I mean? It's just your normal things, bro. Like, can you do it?
Yeah.
Who are you? You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Having that belief.
Yeah.
Believing in yourself.
But running it, bro, like honestly, I just, you believe, if you believe in yourself that much, bro, trust me, it'll come.
Yeah, 100%.
It'll come.
Oh Lord, like I've no dramas in believing myself. Like I'll always back myself 100%. You know what I mean? Everyone always thinks opening a gym, everyone will come to you.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
Then you gotta keep those clients in your gym. You know what I mean? Having that retention. Then there's a lot of fluctuations of gyms closing down and whatnot, but that's the outside noise. If I was to back myself, I'll back myself. So got some stuff in the pipelines,
Yes, sir.
building a bit more online presence as well. So yeah, got some goals on the vision board. So it's good. I think one of my first goals on the whiteboard is to stay one year full sober. So I can't wait for that.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
What about physical goals? You planning to run marathons, or
Yeah,
is that why you're running so much? Are you on a
How much are you running?
I'm looking to. I just finished a mental health run in June. I was just running like 5 to 10 Ks a day. I'm looking to do a 100K in January, like an ultra marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on that Goggin shit, bro.
What? Stay hard. Some people look forward to the finish line. I look for after the finish line.
Fuck.
So yeah, got a few ultra marathons lined up with a few of the boys. So it's good. It's good to they always say surround yourself with a few lions on the same mission. So I've done that. I would teaming up with the boys and we'll knock that out.
What was the distance you ran on that last day?
Oh, that was
It was a massive one. You said you're only supposed to run like 5 to 10 or something.
That was fucking. I started in Liverpool, ended up in Logan. Nah, that was a short one. That was just 21. That was 21 Ks. I fucking ran there.
Damn, that's half a marathon,
quarter,
right?
yeah, half.
That's a half one.
Yeah,
About my
that was
warm
half.
up.
Then I ran there. I fucking caught an Uber back. Fuck running that back.
Wow.
21.
I just got lost in my thoughts. You just get lost in your thoughts.
Nah, not that far. Fuck, are you kidding me?
Just get lost in your thoughts.
Bro, 300 meters, bro. I'll get lost there and that's about it.
To the fridge and back.
The 300 meters, the only thing I've lost is feeling.
Oh man. Yeah, man.
Wow.
I'm grateful for everything, man. Running is one of my top goals up there.
Ultra.
What's that? Like 100 Ks over in one day?
In one day. Yeah.
Shucks. What's the closest you've come? What's the furthest you've run in a day?
What are you running a K?
Oh, probably about.
What's your splits?
Yo.
Splits? Come here, I'll show you. Splits only about like 5. About 5. 5 minutes. It's not the greatest.
Cut the camera. I'm fucking have a chat with this guy.
But we should get a run in together soon, boys.
Yeah. Give me a couple of years. Holy shit. 5 minute Ks. Oh, we're getting off topic here, but fucking that's crazy.
I think running for me, man, came during when I was going through it. Everyone's saying fuck, you're a machine going into the gym at 4 a.m. But they didn't know I was going through it. I just separated from, ex-wifey and whatnot, XYZ, and, I think that got me through it. you know, some nights I went in with no sleep, and I just went to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, if the boys didn't give me a key, I'll be running the streets. But I'm grateful, you know, the gym I'm at probably saved my life. You know what I mean? I couldn't have been anywhere else. But that's why I always preach. The gym's probably the best thing for you. You know, when you're going through that, you know, that head noise. But yeah, that's why I kind of just stuck with running then. I'm like, oh, fuck, I love running. I never loved running when fucking back in the days. I was fucking running, running to collectors line, running to collectors before lockout. Now I'm fucking running at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
And do you find it hard?
Nah,
it's one of those things now.
it's one of those, it's habit.
You feel naked if you don't do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. For me, in the morning is always a must. It kind of just sets my day. Just builds the confidence. You know, starts my day. I feel like if that starts my day, and I can give a lot of energy to my clients.
Yeah,
you know?
bro. That's how I see your stories too. It's full energy, bro.
Yeah.
And like your clients full feed off it. They love it, bro.
Yeah, nah, it's the best. It's the best thing for me. You know.
Yeah, that's mad. We'll quickly take a break and then
100.
Back of the Class podcast. Sheesh. Back after this.
Let's go.
And we're back.
Let's go.
Just quickly, if you could talk to your younger self.
Whoa.
Obviously, you know, you say you like a lot of the kids resonate with your message. There's your camera there. Just look down into the camera and share whatever you feel like you need to share.
Man.
Let it out.
If I had words to my younger self, I'll listen to mum. Listen to mum and dad, man. Listen to the elders around you who've lived life a little. And just respond, you know. It's probably the thing I wish I'd done. Is probably listen, and just believe, believe that you can do anything that you wanna do in life, and just back yourself. That's really it.
Yo, dope.
What about you, Lou?
Yeah.
Me? If I what's
like if you could like knowing what you know now, you know, like obviously there might be someone who looks up to you as well, or like, you know,
instead of sitting the back of the class, sit in the front. Actually, I was thinking about that on the way here. Hey, I go, man, fucking grateful. Like I'm actually grateful to they always say everything happens for a reason. There was a reason why, I was on the motorway on the way here and I was thinking about, fuck, man, coming to this podcast, it meant a lot. Seeing where, hearing your guys' stories and then, I'll chucked it off straight away, shared it, And then just the name itself, my first thought when I thought back of the class, I'm like, fuck, man, these boys were the same boys back of the class like me.
Yeah.
And now, like, best believe when I was doing TAFE, like me now and then doing seminars, coaching seminars and whatnot, I'm at the fucking front.
Yeah.
I'm listening now. Imagine we listened back in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but and saying that, there's things that you want to do. If you have no interest in it, you're not really going to pay attention.
Yeah, 100.
But
like maths class.
Oh,
hard.
Fuck, we need XYZ algebra.
Don't fucking start on that shit.
Bro, we've been told in high school to listen to this, all this shit. Now we just ask Siri.
Yeah, bro.
Hard.
Or put your calculator where you gonna carry a calculator all your life? Oh yeah, it's a thing called a mobile phone. Fuck yeah.
Wait, ask these guys. I legit ask them. Or ask me questions that I can ask Chat GPT, and they just buzz out all the answers. Like even Kendall, I was like, like people full on were using it for their uni assessments and everything, and be done like you can ask for like a 1,000, 2,000 word essay on whatever topic.
One of my clients said, "Give me your phone," and she entered her diet plan, entered her age and whatnot, and go, "Fuck, you need me for then?"
It's crazy, bro. Like even Alex said the same thing. I don't know if you watched that episode of Alex. He was at the Forbes 30 under 30.
Okay, yeah.
So he was saying about in school how he was, they said he was what was the word? He was a distraction because he had always just like talk with boys at the back of the class, but he said he was always just trying to discuss ideas, whereas the teachers are painting him as like a distraction. But he says like, like all that stuff is like irrelevant to what you actually want to do. Because if you want to learn something, he said at the times now, like you can just Google it. You know what I mean? It's a Google away.
If we knew what we would be today and what we know back in high school.
Oh yeah.
Tell our teacher get fucked.
Yeah. Honestly, that's probably what I would have said. Like, to your question.
Siri's got my back.
Like, if I was to talk to my younger self, I'll be like, it's all right. Like, like you're not going to get everything fucking right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a, like your path that you're on is supposed to be the path that you're fucking on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no point you trying to be like that person. Or that person, or this person, you know what I mean? And the same thing, docs, just listen to my parents. Yeah. Like, especially my mum. You know what I mean? I reckon if I did listen to her, like, things would have been, like, different, but...
100%.
You know what I mean? But we're at where we're at because we're supposed to be where we're at, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I see it, man. Yeah. Fucking, I'm sitting in this spot because, like, that's where I'm supposed to be, man.
Man, I'm a true believer in that, man. Fucking... happens for a reason, man. I'm grateful whatever the fuck happened to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. Everything that happened.
Every step you made, bro, led you to the place that you at. You know what I mean?
100%.
At that time, you didn't know if it was the right step or not, but you took it. You know what I mean? And you didn't take it, and But that's life, bro. That's life, just man. Fucking just take a step forward, and take a step back, just keep moving. You know what I mean?
That's it, baby.
Let's get
shit, man. Shit.
Bars,
nigga. But yeah, man. Fucking. Then going back to school, like what we've been taught, like running own businesses and that. Like they didn't teach us how to do our own tax and stuff. You know what I mean? They've always taught us to work for someone or do this and do that. You know what I mean? They never taught us to, this is how you run your own business. Got to do your tax and super. But I'm in my 30s, 32 now, like, fuck, I'm starting to learn this shit now. Well, if I learned this in school, fuck, I'll be in fucking California, doing something, man.
See, just like Alex said, you know what I mean? They teach you shit to become an employee, never an employer. You know what I mean? They're just building fucking 9-to-5ers, bro.
Right, that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably learn more from the neighbor. Who's has a small business, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, man. I've learned how to run business more on Instagram and YouTube. You know, what I mean?
Bro, like I said it the other night to the other boys, it's like I have no factual stats to prove this, but it is. I honestly do believe it's the best time to be alive because of the access we can get to things like that. You know what would have taken, a week to do. Back in the day. You can do online in like a minute. You know what I mean? And a skill that you want to learn, it's just a YouTube away.
Oh man,
actuals, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
And even if you don't believe that, what are you gonna do? Go through the rest of your life saying, "Nah, Will's wrong."
Gee, you know what? That's like so fucking true because like when I started cutting hair, right? This is like mid-90s. Like I learned off people. Like not from somebody, I learned from cutting people's hair. Wow. But now, and because like we used to just look at photos and like, fuck, how the fuck did they do that? Yeah. Walk past a barbershop and just have a quick look because, But then fucking besides that, bro, you have to just figure it out yourself. Now, there's like 1,000 videos on how to do a haircut.
Yeah.
At the click of a fucking, like a YouTube click. You know what I mean?
Like TikTok, it's like become like a full-on like search engine.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for like a tutorial that you don't even go to Google anymore. You go to TikTok. No,
you like I was saying to a client and go, man, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be on social media. I think David Goggins said, social media gives weak motherfuckers a platform to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? or you can be anyone you want. Anyone can be a PT on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just show their workout, whatnot, do this, do that. But, you see them in person, they wouldn't know shit.
Yeah.
So, or doing the fades, the YouTube tutorials. They cut your hair in real life. Baz. Fuck is this?
The fuck?
Okay, no. You know?
Yeah, that's so true. That's so
What
true.
is this? Nah, well,
Yeah, man.
Drew,
Grateful.
we're grateful for you to come on, bro. Coming on, sharing your story.
Man.
I know there's heaps you just dropped that
Yeah.
obviously is going to help a lot of people. You know, obviously there's a lot we can cut up there and the messages we can share. And if it gets one, like I said all the time, if it gets one person, bro, that's enough.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Man, sometimes it's just your story. Sometimes it might not even like it might just stir a thought in somebody's head. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And that's fucking, bro. That's like that makes this shit worth it. Do you know what I mean?
It does.
The drive out here, the fucking putting aside time to fucking do this. Like, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
I see it, man. Sometimes, man. Like sometimes that people won't even fucking come and tell you or whatnot. You know, but if it stirs something in them, you know, then it's all worth it, man. It's all worth it.
That's the whole reason why, you know, once Will gave me the knock on the door, I was like, yo, let's go, man. I'm there. You know, like you said, you know, someone listening, someone watching this, you know, man, I hope this reaches you, and you know, just know it's always okay to not be okay. You know, I was not okay all those times, but you know, I'm glad I've seen the light at the end of the tunnel, and there's always, you know, sunny days after the storm. So I'm glad I got to see the sunny days, man. I'm here with the boys. I'm grateful to
Amazing, man.
get the message out there. So yeah, man. Boom.
That's mean.
Boom diggity, man.
Thank you, boys, again.
Let's go.
Coming on.
Make sure you go through and follow Drew Drills.
Yep.
His links will be right there. Hit him up if you need some work, if you need some help, even just some inspiration, man. Hit him up, bro. It's amazing work. We thank you also. Thank you so much for coming out, taking your time out of your evening of running marathons.
Let me know if you want me to stretch you.
If you got kids who play footy, off season's coming up, we have something going.
Yep.
So keep an eye on Drew's socials for that.
Beautiful. Thanks for having me, boys. Love the work.
Oh, wow.
Sit at the back of the class, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Back to the Class Podcast. We out.
Yeah.
Peace.
Caught you by surprise and see me coming. Couldn't leave the game alone cause it's needing me. Flexing on the wicked with no Jesus peace. Took a couple L's, but I get up without fail. They see me doing really well and they don't want that. I might fall down, but I don't fall back. Leave a message, I don't call back. Have I seen her? Yeah, I saw that. Little disappointed, cause it wasn't all that. She felt a mention, you and I saw